Hello again, YouTube land, and reptileforums.co.uk. This is Mannequin Skywalker, but I'm known as Kissman Ace on the reptile forums. I'm doing this video specifically about the current setup of green tree pythons. I've now been doing this for nearly going on, I think it's 2 years now. I've been looking after these snakes. I thought I'd make a video to show all these guys who are coming on now wanting to know about the care. I just think I'll just share a bit of my knowledge, what I've garnered over the last couple of years, which has really stood me in good stead. Now, this is what I've done with mine, and people who've seen my videos in the past will know that I've had this Bayak in this tank now going on for nearly 2 years now. When I got it originally, it was just in one of the Hagen pet pals, and all I had was a branch and a bowl of water in it. Seemed to be doing fine. Now, my standpoint on the whole thing is these snakes are for show, so they should be shown off. You know what I mean? But there is a few things I've found out, which I'll let you in my insight for a bit. And I'm going to make this, like I said, I'm making this video specifically for reptile forums, co.uk and captive bred. So any of you guys out there thinking about getting one, and this is like what's really involved. Now, the tank I've got it in is an Exo Terra. I'll just shut it. It's a 45, 45, 60. Alright. Originally, substrate I had in it was vermiculite, where I found if the snake grabbed the mouse and drops it, which this snake does mainly all the time for some strange reason, it was getting coated in vermiculite. I didn't want any impaction problems. So I've got the snake here the other week and I've cleaned all that out, and all I've done now is just put newspaper in the bottom, and then once the newspaper gets soaked, once I've sprayed it, that keeps as good a humidity as much else, to be honest with you. Anyway, heat wise, this is basically just a dome, and inside it houses an Exo Terra 150 watt ceramic heater, which basically goes through and connects to usual Habitat pulse stat, as you can see there. Now, that's high up, so I'm thinking that's upside down. But these pulse stats are the best for overall temperature, because this one keeps it at this moment in time it's 70. It goes between 80 and 85. I mean, I sprayed this not very long ago, about an hour ago, so I think the probe's still a bit wet. We usually have it on about 82, and it keeps that temperature all the time, constantly. Now, my thing's showing 90. These are basically Exo Terra hygrometers and a digital thermometer. Best overall for accurate. I don't really trust the dials, not when you're dealing with this kind of snake. You know what I mean? Compact top. Basically, this is just for light, so basically all I've got in it is a £2.99 spiral. I just think it just sets, you know, everybody coming in and seeing it, just sets it off. Just sets it off nice. You know what I mean? That's what, you know what I mean? That's that extent of it. And inside, all I've done for perches is just your PVC plumbing pipe. Found some PVC plumbing pipe at work, and I thought that is all there. They're just wedged against the glass. So basically, gravity's holding them up, nice and tight. And basically, you can just take these out when you want and just wash them. Fantastic. Big bowl in there, because these snakes actually do drink out of the bowls, because I've actually witnessed it myself the other day. I was witnessing. Sometimes it drinks off the perch. Plants mainly, really for show, but the plastic plants also hold a lot of water, really. So basically that keeps the humidity up. You know, I've had the snake in here now 18 months, and I've not had a problem with it. It's shed okay, and everything's been fine. So that's that end of the spectrum, what you can do. You know what I mean? Now, from a point of view is, I'd buy yourself this. Get that first. Read this book from cover to cover first, and know what you're laying yourself in for. Because they're not like a snake you can just buy. They're not just like a boa constrictor or a royal python that you can just, you know, stick in a tub, feed it once a week, give it a bit of water, and just forget about it and let it get on with it. There's a few things you must know about these snakes. They need to be humid, and you need to spray them daily, and just basically look after them a little bit more than you would a royal or a boar. If you want to be a lazy keeper, then my advice is don't bother getting one of these, because they're just a bit more. You know what I mean? Now everyone's coming on board and saying that they're quite hard to keep. I don't think they're hard to keep. My opinion is not hard to keep at all. But once you've got, get your setup first. Do all your setup, get all your humidity right, get everything right first before you're even thinking about getting a snake. And once you've got that set up, once you've followed fundamental rules, you shouldn't have a problem with like any other snake. I've not had no problems with mine at all. You know what I mean? And then on the other side of the spectrum, you've got the rub setup, which is this, which is basically just a £3.99 plastic tub with holes drilled in all the way around. And then you've got a hole for your temperature gauge, and then you've got a hole for your thermometer. And basically this has got another ceramic heater suspended on the top of it. There's no oil print on top to melt the plastic, so that's got a nice thingy. That's giving it 82.2 constant. And all that is, I'll show you inside. All basically inside here is just tub, paper at the bottom, dowels which are nailed to the side so they can't come out, and a plant. Now that's, you know what I mean, you can keep chondros in these, they'll live in these quite happily. You know what I mean, just up the sides you can get bigger ones and smaller ones, whichever for neonates or whatever you want, and you can just keep them in these if you so like. You know what I mean, if I know then what I know now, then I think if we're going to get a collection of these, then rubs are the way to go for the little neonate babies. You know what I mean? Obviously you still need to have your temperature's got to be banged on. You've still got to have it on a pulse start. That's paramount. That the temperature is spot on and the humidity is spot on. Do you know what I mean? So there you go. I mean, you can go from the rub Luke, which is basically just a plastic tub. Keeps great humidity this as well, fantastic. Or you can go the whole hog and you can have the full display tank like this one. You know what I mean? My advice is if you're going to get one of these, start off with the rub setup, and then when the snake gets bigger, then introduce it to a bigger tank like this, and you can't really go wrong. I'm going to post this on reptileforums.co.uk for any of you guys who want to see what goes into the keeping these snakes. But you know what I mean, my advice is get one if you want one, because I love these snakes, they're my favourites. You know what I mean? Just but you need to look after them. I mean, one of my mistakes I made is I had a bit of personal problems and my emerald tree bowl was left unattended for a week, and I went back, it was given water daily, but I went back after a week and it was dead. So that's the mistake I made. That was just pure husbandry neglect, and I'm really ashamed of that, but that's the way it is. Unfortunately in this game I had problems, I wasn't at the house. Unfortunately the emerald tree boa paid the price, but luckily these made it because they're stronger. But you know, anyway, I hope I've given you an insight into the running and maintaining of these snakes. I'm getting a bit more knowledgeable as the months go by, and hopefully one day I really would like to have these sexed, and hopefully I might have a pair and have a go at breeding them one day when they're big enough, but who knows. Anyway, Mannequin Skywalker, or Kiss Man Ace, and what I've known on the forum, that's thingy. And just watch the video, hope you get some good insight into it more later.